on match point here on Blood Run. First map here in the series, of course. And we'll be having
both these guys when they're landing. I'm looking at the stats. You know, when both these guys are landing some punishing rockets on average. They're both averaging about 50 damage per rocket landed. So that means they're landing some heavy stuff here and there.
Stopwatch.
All right, so nothing really decisive from Dewey or Chance just yet here, but Chance being down a champ doesn't really help going into the latter half of this round. Then again, it's still a Nyx, and you just have to catch her at the right moment. And wow, Dewey's just waiting so long for this, and he is rewarded for it. He gets 90 damage off of that rocket, and a good follow-up as Chance is just trying to push in on this Mega, thinking that after a rocket like that, he can just barrel into it. I mean, he has the adrenaline, he can still recover at will, but that is just so much damage that Dewey did after sitting literally in one spot for a good 10 seconds. That's crazy. And there's the Ghost Walk play. The shotgun doesn't quite get the love that it needs to, only 6 damage there. And that does happen from time to time. It's a great shotgun, but maybe not the most trustworthy.
Yeah, you got to make sure you hit people with all those little pellets. Probably could have came out flying with the rocket launcher, would have been more advised. Again, kind of this reversal of fortune here. Chance now has control. A little bit of a tactical error by Dewey in terms of his route decisions, or use a little work.
Dewey's still a little bit on tilt here. He has a nice rocket. Doesn't connect, but reminds Chance that he won't be pushing in on him for free here. Dewey's expecting a yellow armor to be right behind him, or right below him, but nope, wrong game, dude. He's looking for the rail. I mean, how many times has Dewey just managed to get completely behind Chance and take him utterly by surprise? I mean, say what you will about his plus back and his camping. The ability to do that against a player like Chance is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, he's getting off some shots. It's not gonna. It's pretty good right now. I mean, he's just gonna back off and play defensive. Good push by Chance. He's gonna come right back at him right now.
Jeez.
Oh.
And another.
Wow.
I mean, for that room, that was a clean play.
That was Dewey just kind of went for it there instead of if I'm gonna die, you're gonna die with me, and he walked out of there alive.
And there's the 225s.
He's got to be careful you're camping too much.
I like that, though. I mean, he waited before taking the 225s. He wanted to make sure it wouldn't give his position away. But he's back up to 75 and 50. Natural stack for Nyx. And his plus back rockets are so effective here. Jeez.
Yeah, you got to run him into it. I mean, Chance is the one who has to make the play, so.
He's going utterly silent as well. Chance has walked on by him without noticing he's up there. I mean, it's 4 seconds to it, and it's going to work. He's like, all right, fine, let's just take a victory lap on the Ghost Walk. There we have it. But that gets him on in a really cheeky way. It gets him onto the board. But, man, it's going to be a frustrating fight for Chance if that keeps happening.
Round begins in.
Yeah, he's got a little unfortunate little bounces here and there, especially that last one when he's pushing in for the kill to tie it. You know, Dewey was really low. He just kind of popped up with the rocket, and it was fortunate to live himself.
All right, Dewey making that Ghost Walk to secure the grab of the armor. Always a little bit of a risky play because if your opponent, you know, has seen a game or two before, he's not going to be all that eager to let you have it. But still Nyx on Nyx here. Dewey with the slight advantage. Neither player really sure of where the other is as they're both going pretty quiet. Well, Chance has let himself be known there at Mega. Dewey's looking for the rocket. Doesn't get a connection on that one. 5 seconds to armor, and Dewey doesn't look all that eager to show up for it. He's going to be camping out for it. Chance actually wants to do damage before the armor's taken away, allowing Dewey to Ghost Walk through him, get back through him, and my god, even though we have Chance coming up on the Ghost Walk, it's going to be too late to prevent the grab of the armor. So, really bizarre play, but it's one that Dewey ended up coming out on top of.
Yeah, very, very strange sequence of events there, right? When it seemed like Dewey was playing, you know, a little too passively, Chance overextended and gave him an opportunity to move in and take that armor.
All right, Dewey heard the jump pad. And look at this, Chance is just standing on it for a second after taking it. Neither player is eager to get into a committed fight here. They both want to be super paranoid about where their opponent's at. But so far, Dewey's got the sound cues here. There's a good sound cue for Chance as armor's taken away. Especially after that rocket, too. But Chance is just hanging out up there.
Yeah, very curious. Just at least, I don't know, just trying to drop some damage. Why give him all that stuff for free? I mean, it's a tie game right now. It's anybody's game. So first frag is going to be very pivotal.
But the fact that both of these players have to be incredibly sneaky is setting a really nice tone for the match here. That's one that means it'll take a little while before things come to a conclusion, but every fight's going to be worth it. Dewey going silent here up by rocket launcher. Did he think he needed health?
No, I think he's really trying to wait for that ghost walk.
Yeah. So we heard one rocket mid-map. And Armor's going to come back up. Dewey saw, or rather heard, the teleporter. It didn't look like he was really ready for it, though. He gets 34 damage off of that rocket. But yeah, standing there, he's going to be open to all sorts of damage. 4 damage on the rocket. All right. So there's Mega and Armor taken away by Chance. So now Dewey really has a reason to kind of be defensive here. And once again, Chance just runs right by him, not knowing he's there. There's Dewey going invisible. Looking for a chance to drop down, but, you know, if Chance had stuck around, Dewey might have been in some real trouble. Didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah. He's, I think his luck's, if he keeps playing with this style of play, his luck's going to run out here. Unless Chance, of course, you know, does him a favor, does something silly, and runs into some rockets. But he's playing really defensively right now with his Nyx. He's not getting the most out of being aggressive with it. Oh, it's a good shot there, though.
All right, yeah, and a rocket like that really opens things up, and he's looking for the last little bit of damage. We saw Chance already anticipating that he was going to be right in his face. So Dewey really didn't get a frag out of that, but it came close for both of them.
I expect him. It seems like he plays pretty passive without the ability up, which makes sense, but there's probably some more opportunities, I think, maybe for Dewey sometimes to push.
Nyx v Nyx usually means that, you know, both abilities are getting used close to the same time, which means you have a lot of these little periods where neither of them has a Ghost Walk and neither of them really wants to commit. All right, might catch him here. Oh, he's actually still invisible. He's going to be behind him. Oh, but he whiffs the rocket, and he's able to go invisible himself. Oh, what a whiffed ambush, and now he's going to be up against the wall, and that rocket has cost him, if not the game, then at least the round.
Oh, that just, he whiffed that first. He had him dead to rights. He just missed it, and then, just what a unfortunate turn of events for Chance. It's very unfortunate.
So Heavy's going to be up and taken by Chance. Now Dewey, you know that he's going to want to, you know, plus back this thing for the next 20 seconds, but he's not going to have the option. As Anarchy pulls it together, and we might be seeing a Ranger Anarchy overtime here. Yikes. I mean, neither of them are really eager to go into it. I think they're a little bit fed up with each other now after all of that silent play with Nyx. They want to fight. They want it to happen. I mean, look at this rocket jump from Chance, but it's not going to be happening quickly enough to cause it. But because it's sudden death and not just overtime, I mean, Chance, if he wants to, he can keep this aggression going, hoping to kind of carry over on Dewey. But as we've seen from Dewey before, his Ranger play with the Dire Orb is nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, well, don't get telefragged. I mean,
that would be a start.
That's something you gotta. That's something you gotta worry about. So, but Chance is in great shape right now.
Stopwatch.
All right, so Chance should have a really nice advantage at this point, at least in terms of stack. Let's see how long it lasts. Oh, he knows he's down there by the teleporter. He's going to be throwing down a little bit of spam, and Dewey's more than happy. Dewey's not an anxious person. He's willing to walk around a corner and go,
trying to...
You still out there? Yeah? All right. So Chance is tired of him wasting his time. He's going to come around and be ready for this Mega. Dewey is literally walking to the Mega. Oh, he's here. He's not going to be able to do anything about the pickup, though. He's just going to get information and then leave. But leave to what? Is it going to be heavy armor? He's not in position for it. He can, like, maybe rocket jump up to it. Teleporter would be weird right now. Now he's going up the stairs.
Yeah, you can tell he just doesn't want to give up anything.
Jeez. Yeah, neither of them do. But look at this. Dewey's still being incredibly quiet. And losing track of where your opponent's out on Blood Run can have disastrous consequences. Because in the meantime, you're throwing down spam, you're being really loud around the map. Oh, you heard the Anarchy, though. Whisks the rail.
Yeah, but he's giving up the entire map. Chance just has his run. But yeah, it could get Chance. You know, Chance just got to be careful right now not to get too lazy and comfortable running back and forth and thinking, you know, all of a sudden he could pop out of nowhere. So
I mean, we've seen Dewey do it before, where he gets completely behind Chance, and even when Chance gets behind Dewey, it didn't quite go his way, which is tragic, really. All right. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Chance is getting a lot of these items largely for free. We do have an armor going to Dewey, however.
Yeah, that was big for Dewey to get that heavy. Because, you know, he's got the advantage in terms of, you know, stack. If he lands a good first hit, Chance is gonna be in trouble.
Nice. All right, so a little bit of plus forward for the armor there. Especially worthwhile, knowing that you can recover on a Mega and your opponent's already down by the teleporter. It's quote-unquote safe. Like, you can take the rail but still come out on top of that exchange. A rail.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Dewey. He set up the ambush, didn't connect.
Yeah.
Get some damage there, though.
All right, 3 minutes into overtime here as armor's coming back up in a second. The spam is going to tell Dewey where Chance is at. But once again, he could just convert directly from armor to Mega. So until Dewey does something about that, he's not going to be getting any items for free.
Yeah, some missed opportunity. Again, I know he was spamming, but Dewey's got to keep track of, you know, what his possible stack is. He was just sitting there at 50 health, so maybe if he took a different angle or got there quickly, you know, he's got some missed opportunities, I think, because he's playing a little too passive in spots, you know, the walking around, which is good, and I understand what he's doing. He's listening and trying to get cues, but at some point, you know, you're gonna have to make a play.
Yeah, and you know, the proof of that is only borne out when, you know, Dewey actually manages to get some good spam damage off of him. But so far, he's not looking too eager to do that either. All right, so Dewey's gonna be a little bit louder here. Like, damage-wise, I'm pretty sure Dewey's looking for that telefrag. Like, he's been waiting by teleporter exits, he's been waiting around corners, not committing when his opponent is just going right by him. He's looking for that dire ward play. He knows that it can be a complete blitzkrieg if it works out for him.
Stopwatch.
And normally I wouldn't say that somebody's just trying to use their ability, but I think in Dewey's case, it's kind of accurate. Yeah, look at this.
Well,
he's like, all right, come up the stairs. I got some nice orbs for you.
Just needs one good combo is all he needs.
Yeah.
Anarchy's dead, so.
I mean, this is sort of round or map point for Dewey here. He needs to not lose out this Ranger. All right, he sees that armor's up, and this is where Chance starts to bait things out a little bit more. This is where, you know, both players are going to be looking at an item, and they're like, all right, I don't need the item, so go get it. And the other guy's like, well, I'm going to hurt if I try to get the item.
Chance knows this is a trap.
Yeah. Oh, but the trap goes wide. That rocket just doesn't not connect.
A little too transparent, you know, where have you been and why is this armor just sitting there?
Yeah.
So a chance, some of that experience coming into play there. You recognize that.
If you can't see that, that's a trap. I don't know. You don't need. I hope you don't need a lot of experience to see that. All right, but Chance is trying to push it forward a little bit here, and he's got a couple solid rockets so far. Looking for the rail, whisks it, and he can be punished for that. There's the adrenaline to get him out of the fight, and as the dust settles, this might turn into things kind of resetting. That was a huge chance that Chance took, and it didn't go his way. I mean, it almost cost him, but thankfully, Anarchy's got a needle ready to go.
Yeah, he was almost got out of. Was almost unlucky. He almost didn't get out of that. Good thing he did, but yeah, he overextended. I think you could clearly see Chance is trying to push the issue, and Dewey's kind of trying to spoil him and run him into some stuff, and that's just like that. Because you know, Dewey knows all it takes is two good rockets, and
oh my god!
And now he's.
That said, I mean, every time Chance kind of loses his focus for just a second, Dewey's there to punish. The reason why the last few minutes have been so slow is because Chance has been paying attention to everything Dewey's potentially doing. The minute he lets up, Dewey's hurting him. So there's armor taken. Mega's still up and available, but Chance might have lost this one. Or Dewey's going to look for the fight instead. He's like, armor's enough. They're going to lose each other. Oh, but he heard the, was that a rail out?
Yeah, he heard the
Yeah,
rail.
yeah. More damage on the rocket, jeez. Alright, so that Mega was up for a long, long time, almost an entire item cycle. So if Chance was expecting to find it here, I don't think he was in a position to hear it either. This could be a problem for Chance if he's willing to wait here.
Yeah, he doesn't really have an idea when it's up.
Chance was looking at that teleporter exit sound like it was right next to him, like, what? Oh, okay.
Dewey's got to be willing to push. You know, I know it's a bit of a risk, but you know, with the stack, you should got to dive bomb in there and get that anarchy.
All right, so Chance only has Mega and natural armor. Coming through the teleporter, they're going to meet at the catwalk potentially, and Dewey's going to hear it. Chance doesn't know that, though. Dewey knows that he's back in this room. Look, he's just walking. He's like... It's like Jason or something. Are we in Crystal Lake? All right, so Chance is just going to be leaving it at that point.
Got to
taking a clean
dive
exit.
bomb in there and get that anarchy.
And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not that way. Chance only has Mega and natural armor. But it's going to be LG on LG here, a nasty fight. I mean, Chance still has Adrenaline ready to go. Chance doesn't know that, though. But can he actually catch Dewey here as he makes the teleporter exit? 50 damage is worth it, certainly. But he's able to fade over around the corner just in time. So 12 seconds to Mega. Dewey could actually benefit from that Mega. Is he going to take the bait? All right, so is it going to be bait towards Chance? Is this going to be leaving at that point?
Got to dive bomb in there and get that anarchy.
Yeah, okay. And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not that way. Chance only has Mega and natural armor. It's going to be LG on LG here, a nasty fight. I mean, Chance still has Adrenaline ready to go. Chance doesn't know that, though. I mean, can he actually catch Dewey here as he makes the teleporter exit? 50 damage is worth just the one. And there's LG on the exit. Able to fade over around the corner. Chance is going to RJ up for armor, and he's going to have the 12 seconds to push Mega as well. And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. Is he going to take the bait? He hasn't even really committed to the room. He's going to go back in the corner. Is this going to be leaving at that point? I mean, he's literally cornered.
Dive bomb in there and get that anarchy.
And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not that way. Can't be fast about it because it's going to be LG on LG here, a nasty fight. I mean, Chance still has Adrenaline ready to go. Chance doesn't know that, though.
Well, he's respecting Dewey's rocket.
Dewey here as he makes the teleporter exit. 50 damage is worth just the one. And there's LG on the exit.
Somebody's got to make a move here.
RJ up for armor. And they're making a second Mega as well. And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. Is he going to take the bait? He hasn't even really committed to the room. He's going to go back in the corner. He's going to leave it at that. I mean, he's literally cornered.
Dive bomb in there and get that anarchy.
And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not that way. So guys, can't be fast.
Chance, you know, when he does
nasty fight. I mean, Chance still has Adrenaline ready to go. Chance doesn't know that.
Well, he's respecting Dewey's rocket.
Dewey here as he makes the teleporter. 50 damage is worth just the one. And there's LG on the exit.
Somebody's got to make a move here.
RJ up for armor. And they're making a second Mega as well. And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. Is he going to take the bait? He hasn't even really committed to the room. He's going to go back in the corner.
Dewey's
Leaving at that. I mean, he's
really
literally
kind
cornered.
of dive bomb in and get that anarchy.
And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope, not
I don't know.
the Quake 2016 finals.
And Chance, you know, when he does having flashbacks to this 20-minute match, respecting Dewey's rocket.
And there's LG on the
Somebody's got to make a move here.
And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. Is he going to take the bait? He's going to go to the room. He's going to go back in the corner. I mean, he's literally cornered. And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope,
I don't know.
The Quake 2016 finals.
And Chance, you know, when he does having flashbacks to this 20-minute match, respecting Dewey's rocket.
Wow! The rocket derailed down.
Somebody's got to make a move here.
And Dewey's still in there. He has not made a hasty escape. Is he going to take the bait? He's going to go to the room. He's going to go back in the corner. I mean, he's literally cornered. And as soon as Dewey sees a rocket splash, he goes, nope,
I don't know.
The Quake 2016 finals.
And Chance, you know, when he does having flashbacks to this 20-minute match, respecting Dewey's rocket.
Wow! There's the telegraph that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, wow.
He really worked for that.
We did it. As soon as Dewey sees the rocket flash, no free
I don't know.
The Quake
We made it. Man, chance to flashback when they're not expecting
Wow! There's the telefrag that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he really worked for that.
We did it.
Completely off. I don't know. We made it. Man, chance to flashback when they're not expecting
Wow! There's the telefrag that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he really worked for that.
There's the ambush, but again, they did it. Chance goes wide. The damage is being done.
We made it. Man, chance to
Wow! There's the telefrag that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he really worked for that.
There's the ambush, but again, they did it. Chance goes wide. The damage is being done.
We made it. Again, chance
Wow! There's the telefrag that he wanted for 10 minutes. 11 minutes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he really worked for that.
There's the ambush, but again, they did it. Chance goes wide. The damage is being done.
We made it. Again, chance
But first, it worked. Dewey missed.
Chance is just got to try to read this guy, I guess, and get a good ambush. It's really hard though because he's just walking everywhere.
Yeah.
But there's some plays I guess he can try to make. I mean, he's been trying obviously, but it's really tough with the ghost walk ability. And
yeah, I mean the Nyx v Nyx play is to do enough damage to force your opponent to be the first one to ghost walk. If you're the first one to ghost walk, yeah, I mean,
Stopwatch.
it's cool that you're able to use it to secure an item. If you're the first one who can ghost walk and you force your opponent to, then yeah, you get the item. Great. You're not going to get the damage. All right, so 3 minutes knocked off here. And their stacks are actually pretty even. Chance drops down as Dewey goes through the teleport. We hear armor's taken away. 2 seconds to Mega, and yeah, Dewey's not up there. Through the teleporter, Dewey's going to hear it. And there's the spam, and no rail from Chance there. But there's the ghost walk, and Chance was, well, not really ready for it, but he was ready to respond at least. He must have heard the pop at least.
good attempt. I don't know if he heard it or not, because it seemed like he was pretty ready for it.
And it must be said that, you know, Chance is not going plus forward here because Dewey has proven that he can handle himself in those situations.
Yeah,
so
definitely
this is the
don't want to
reaction
just
to
be
that.
running in.
Yeah. All right, so Chance going silent. We've got armor taken by Dewey. Mega kind of in the hands of, of Chance, like 1 pip. That's great. But he's going to hear Dewey coming around that jump pad here pretty soon. Nope, okay. It's actually still down below. Missed opportunity for the pickup, or rather the rail on the Mega. 3 seconds to armor, and Chance has put himself a little bit out of position in order to maybe make a scene on the armor. I mean, the scene happens, but they just trade damage there. 33, not bad.
Yeah, neither man looking to engage. It's
all right, final 20 seconds of our non-overtime play here. But this is the last round on Blood Run. All right, so there's Mega taken away. Armor in 8 seconds. Chance might be able to force Dewey off of it here. Yeah, I mean, Dewey knows that Chance is not at the point where he's trapping items, so if he sees one up, he's going to take it. And so far, they're avoiding each other enough. It's a nasty place to be. Dewey went Ghost Walk first, though. This... Oh. All right. I got nothing for that. That was difficult to watch. It was like Chance dropping down and Dewey not dropping down, and then Dewey dropping down right at the end of that, and it was just... That was ugly. That was really ugly. However, it means that they both kind of whiff things up a little bit, and once again, items are going to trade. 30 seconds into overtime, and now it is actually sudden death Nyx v Nyx. But Chance actually got Dewey to panic first and push his Ghost Walk.
He did, but he didn't get any real damage before the Ghost Walk,
right.
And he had already taken some, and yeah, it wasn't in a great spot.
Was not ideal, no. There's Mega given away. Chance is looking for Dewey up the jump pad, but no, he's going to be ready for the rail. And there's the 225s to recover. And that's exactly what Dewey needs to be punishing. If he's able to get those initial shots, great. He cannot wait for the telefrag this time around, which he actually did.
I agree.
He actually needs to get some initial damage in and then trap some of these 25s.
He's got to follow it up with something.
All right, Chance is still being incredibly respectful here. So there's the rocket play. He's going to hear him up top by the armor. But Dewey actually goes down instead of coming up the stairs and preventing the pickup. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, he could have really, because he hit him with the rocket. He picked up the heavy armor and got the kill. Oh.
Got them. Wow. So
a little bit of thing, but yeah, he had an opportunity is basically what I was saying, because he's playing so passive. He's missing some opportunities. He could have hit that heavy armor and came right back with his Ghost Walk and pushed into that room, because Chance didn't have his Ghost Walk up. So he could have just went in there and just ambushed him.
14,000 damage versus 3,000 damage. What is that? 50 mega pickups. That's
gotta be that's not right. The math there is wrong.
That doesn't seem right. No.
No.
Oh wow.
You got a little bit of a addition problem.
All right. We're through with Blood Run. We're going to go into a map that I'm sure will be a lot faster. I mean, Blood Run's been one of those maps where actually you do see a lot of those situations occur where they're trading items, they're trading damage. It's difficult to push somebody into a trap situation. It's going to happen at the top of the stairs. It's going to happen in the upper armor room. But other than that, you need to be right on top of your opponent. Jeez.
Man.
Yeah.
That was a marathon. But hey, you know what? You got to give him credit. You got to give Dewey credit. He just showed some great patience and really just kind of wore Chance down. And Chance, I'm sure, was getting a little frustrated. I mean, how could you, and you make some plays that you're not supposed to, and there you go. I mean, I'd be surprised if Chance doesn't come back with a corrupted key pick right now. Keep things like really
clutch,
keep it really
bearer,
tight.
visor. Yeah, we're not doing this.
Yeah. We are not doing one of these big maps again. We're gonna go into the cage right now. So.
As much as we're making fun of it, again, it was all about the fact that Chance was respecting the fact that if he tries to just plus forward against Dewey, Dewey's gonna have an answer. And so, with Chance's champ picks, he really just had to go as defensive as Dewey was, and make the hits happen. But Dewey, for whatever you want to call that style of gameplay, he was better at it at that point. Took a while to prove it, but he got the telefrag, and he got the trap on Chance a couple times there. So, gonna have to see if he can make Lightning Strike twice here, and prove that he's a consistent and flexible enough player to go into the playoffs. We'll see. Blood Run is a way different story than any other map, but we're gonna go into the next matchup here. No breaks from us, as much as I just want to collapse into a heap of putrid flesh. We still have at least one more map here between Chance and Dewey, but I'm pretty assured that it'll be a little bit different as long as it's not Blood Covenant. If Chance picks Blood Covenant, I might get mad.
we're gonna get angry over here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
not angry.
I'd be surprised if he goes to a bigger map like that. I want to see some corrupted keep.
I'm waiting with bated breath here. Oof. I mean, you think we're exhausted. They've got to be pretty winded at this point. That is a lot of focus to maintain for a long time.
It is. Like I was mentioning, it reminded me of the old 20-minute matches we used to do. Those things were
totally
just straight endurance runs.
Yeah.
So it was draining. It was draining watching, trying to keep up with everything. So I could imagine playing.
Just trying to stay very, very silent. But I like the fact that, I mean, that was an extreme example, sure, but I like the fact that, you know, slowing down and walking and going silent is kind of back in Quake. I mean, that was a reason that a lot of people had problems with Quake 2, Thresh included, actually, was having footsteps in there. So seeing players toggle that and change up the styles, we're really getting a lot of texture out of these matches. I mean, we've seen matches that have been over in, you know, a minute flat, and we've seen matches that have gone on for, you know, half an hour.
Yeah, the issue though is, I mean, he's doing well. I mean, like I said, Chance probably could have maybe read him a little better. I mean, that's the one thing. The only thing you can really do to somebody who's walking around is, one, Chance was trying to do that. He was using mobility, and so he's taking more control of areas around the map. But I think he failed to recognize at any point in the game where Dewey was really hanging out. And, you know, Dewey kind of, because he can't get around very fast without making a lot of noise. So he'd move from point to point, and then kind of hang out that area. And I think maybe a little more tri-bolt usage, perhaps around those corners, you know, because the tri-bolt has a nice, you know, splash that pushes you around and really throws you off of ledges. And you know, maybe he could have just done a little more in that regard. He did catch him a couple times, you know, just guessing. He recognized that, you know, Dewey was doing that, and he would just, you know, walk around the corner. No, I'm just going to throw a rocket around this corner just because, and he'd get a hit. Yeah. You know, and so Dewey was playing that kind of game on him, and I could understand, like, having experience on Blood Run, it can be very frustrating when somebody's playing that kind of spoil the action kind of game. But you just got to stick with it and just keep playing your best and just try not to.
And they did. That's exactly the way it went.
Yeah. You just don't want to do what he wants you to do just because, you know, you're getting frustrated or you want the game to end. You know, you're trying to win too. So you do what you got to do.
It just became obvious at that point that what Dewey was really looking for was that Dire Orb Telefrag. And, you know, you got to give it to his consistency and persistence. See, he got it. And
it took a little while, but he got it.
took a while. Yeah, you're right. All right.
We'll see how it goes here.
It's going to be Ruins of Sarnath. Yeah, I mean, taking away armor for free here is going to be a rare occurrence unless you do. And this is where the map is really neat. I mean, it's a really risky item to pick up. But it's all about the fight before the armor. It's about the fight before the mega. That's what gives you the ability to get a bit of a stack advantage and not make every single item a horrible, horrible, grueling fight. Here we go. So what do you think coming into this?
I don't know. After that one, that really kind of threw a monkey wrench into my prediction. Was you know, the whole tournament experience speech. You know, that sounded great and everything, but it's not working out that way so far. So we'll see how Chance comes back and adjusts. I'm wondering if Dewey throws him off. Maybe he just plays completely different. You know, he slowed him down on Blood Run. Maybe he speeds him up right now and catches Chance off guard. I'm not sure what he has up his sleeve. Yeah,
the opportunity to go Ghost Walk and catch an Anarchy is pretty nil here. Or relatively nil. I mean, you just have a lot more space to deal with. You're going to see a lot more of these rails. It's like, okay, Nyx goes Ghost Walk across Mega. I mean, that'll be cute. And so if Chance is feeling pretty confident on his rails, this could, you know, be a much faster match. I don't want to jinx it.
Round begins. All right. 3.
So Dewey's definitely going to go Nyx right away. That's clearly his champion of choice. It looks like Chance also went Nyx at the start.
Yeah, a bit of a quiet start there as they're trading around weapons and routing, trying to get some bearings on each other. In fact, it looks like nothing has changed since Blood Run. But no, there's the rails, and at that point, you know, there has to be some recovery there. I mean, Chance is even going paranoid, expecting there to be a Ghost Walk from Dewey. He's able to get the Mega, however, and now it's just going to be a hide-and-seek game. Well, thankfully for us, we can seek a little bit better than Chance can by way of our
you can hear
attacks. Yeah.
Chance used his ghost walk. You can still hear the teleporter noise, even though the person's ghost walked. So that's why he had that reaction the way he did.
All right, but Dewey was actually hanging out back over on the stairs. And the more that you see Chance is throwing out rockets, like, all right, where is he? Well, fine, as long as he's not taking my item. Dang, but he ends up taking a rocket anyway. That's the uncanny thing here, is that Dewey can just leave up the item, but then just smack him with a rocket or a rail coming out of it.
Little fortunate, got out of there with that heavy armor. He happened to grab it, you know, right after he got hit and was able to ghost walk. So he's in decent shape.
Yeah, I'm not sure where. I mean, there are counters to Nyx. I mean, I think Chance was looking for that counter before deciding on Sarnath. I'm not sure if Nyx is the best counter to Nyx. I mean, there are things you can do. You can certainly counter the Ghost Walk with another Ghost Walk, but it doesn't lead into a sure bet very often.
I think Visor's certainly a good pick. The counter in Nyx, obviously. I mean, and even to some degree, Clutch. But if they're not that great with, you know, that champion, and remember, I was we were commenting earlier about having versatility of champion choice,
yeah.
You know, based on map and situation. You know, it could pay dividends for you if you're well-rounded versus, you know, focusing on 3 champions or 4 champions.
And assuming Chance goes forward here, I mean, I'm sure all of his opponents are looking at how he's reacting to a Nyx and taking some notes. So you're right. You do need an answer for all the situations, and it needs to be a pretty decisive one. Oh, Chance just goes right past Dewey, but again, pulling a chance there as the rockets go wide. And Chance ends up getting the better end of that fight, really.
Yeah, he came out of that unscathed. Dewey's not in a good shape right now. Sneaking around very...
For all the places to, like, stand and look for somebody, that's not it. That corner is so so exploitable. So it's going to be Dewey taking that frag.
Okay, one, you know, Dewey was taking a big risk just standing there. But a little... Again, that I'm wondering how much of the previous map and that whole thing is getting to Chance a little bit.
Oh, geez, that rocket, it even connecting at all is a little bit of a miracle. I mean, Chance didn't have a rail. He didn't really have a good reason to be up there, other than the hope that Dewey wasn't actually waiting for that shot. But as we've seen, Dewey is willing to wait quite a while for these shots. So there's armor taken. You can hear Anarchy up top. Dewey's expecting him down.
And again, Chance.
Nope, he's coming back into LG. But you can see that Dewey was making sure that he was getting behind the corner before Chance had an opportunity to dive in on him. As fast as Chance is, Dewey's doing some good footwork here.
And Chance needs to be careful again with the champions he's chosen, or at least right off the bat. Again, he's gone light, so coming around these corners and getting ambushed is really going to hurt him.
All right, so 1 minute left here, and Dewey being up the 1 champ has the opportunity to avoid Anarchy here. And also interesting that Chance thought that the next pick against the Nyx would be the Anarchy. Where, I mean, Dewey's rockets would be just as much of a problem. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Oh, wow. That clutch ghost walk just to go invisible just as soon as that rail comes out. He loses out on the Mega, and this is way too risky to hold on to for 30 seconds. But it's not like Chance can take much damage either. He takes a super risky rocket jump just as Dewey's going down, and there's the rail. Chance finds him, takes him down, and I'm hoping there's a frag here in the next 15 seconds.
Oh, we're going to sudden death, baby.
Do you think Chance is going to be able to push this over? I mean, he was relatively low on health. He can take Mega now, but with 5 seconds left, Dewey can certainly hide with the range. No, it might happen here. There's the Dire Orb, but there's the sudden death, and there's Dewey taken down.
He didn't get it this time. Didn't get it this time.
Making it happen, yeah. I mean, that hallway is such a nasty place to be.
Yeah, you have nowhere. You don't have anywhere to go. So, good win by Chance there.
Round 2.
I keep forgetting that it's actually sudden death overtime now. You know, you don't get that solid 2 minutes anymore. You're dead. You're done.
Yeah, that's it. First frag.
Yeah.
And Dewey kind of got caught out there. You know, he really didn't have to be out there challenging for all that stuff.
Right.
I mean, he had to ghost walk up. Right. He took the damage first and then used the ghost walk. It's like he could have just used it.
And then he stuck around. Yeah.
Full stack. Yeah, and then he stuck around the fight. I mean, I know he wanted that rail, but he should have had an escape plan for after he hit that rail.
All right, so Chance is railable here. This is super risky for him, but he managed to get the Mega. It's down to,
Yeah,
well,
he did.
railable once again. It's not going to last long on an Anarchy. Jeez, nice. Wow. Chance is taken aback by that. Like, really? That connected? Nicely done. Yeah, Dewey can find some pretty good angles here.
It's a good time to go swap for Mega.
Yeah. But he ends up getting knocked off. Yeah. Oh, and there's the rocket that finds him. This is where things could open up.
Good
However,
idea. Yeah.
Chance needs to be aware of this dire orb from Dewey. It's pretty damn good with it.
Yeah, good idea, but he came flying down there, and he missed those rockets, then he got knocked off, and good placement by Chance, to follow up and make him pay for the mistake.
And I'm certainly sure that Chance doesn't want to go another 3 minutes without a frag. He wants this thing in the bag for sure. He's very close. He's
Well, I'm
throwing
curious
off a lot
how
of spam.
Dewey. Yeah, I'm curious how Dewey approaches this now. I mean, there's
Yeah.
still a lot of time left, so he doesn't have to be overly aggressive early, but eventually he's
There
going
will
to
be
have
that
to
point,
change
yeah.
his style of play.
10,
All right, so there's armor taken away, and Dewey's waiting for the ambush with the dire orb. The dire orb goes wide, though, does not connect, and Chance can recover. Well, that rocket jump doesn't take him where he needs to go, but hey, there's 225s there. It's not bad. And coming back up towards the top, it's 5 seconds to Mega, and Chance can technically get there in time. Dewey's going to know it just because Chance is being so loud on it. But Dewey's left it up. It's more focused on the response damage here, but that also means that Chance might be able to hold down the armor here pretty effectively. So now with the timing there pretty tight, Chance has the opportunity to just run these items.
Yeah, Dewey's really giving up a lot of map control to try to land these ambushes. And the ambushes are effective, but at some point you gotta recognize that you're trying to do a lot of damage, every time you're ambushing because you're giving up so much control.
stopwatch.
Oh, jeez. All right, so Chance taking a dive down towards armor.
10,
There's a timing, there's the pickup. Still 8 seconds between them, not bad. So he can use these next 20 seconds to look for some damage on Dewey. Dewey's going to be pretty quiet, though. He's going to be down below. Chance should hear him. Oh. Just wondering why he didn't immediately spam down towards rail. Alright, but 1 second to Mega, and yeah, Chance leaving it up. He ends up getting a rail off of him. So that's somewhat worthwhile. Chance is railable, but so's Dewey here. I'm sorry, he's not railable. He's got a little bit of armor there. Oh, geez, great damage coming out of Chance.
Oh,
Now he's got
hurt.
to be feeling like, all right, I can push this, I can tilt him, I can finish this thing off. But look how sneaky he is. But you cannot be that sneaky when you're picking up the items. Dewey gonna get found under the bridge and taken on down. Only Anarchy
Yeah,
left alive for him.
And he had that railgun out, so Chance heard the hum and clearly recognized where he's going. It was with a well-placed rocket there for the frag. This guy, he's from command now.
Yeah, one more rail will do
Dewey's
this.
going to be...
Yeah. All right, but he's got some armor now. Yeah, fortunately for Chance, so does he. Coming back up 100-100. It's just a couple seconds more into Mega. And Chance, I mean, he could have taken any route to it and just pushed Dewey over. The important thing is not losing this one here. Dewey's going to show up for the fight. He's throwing out a couple rails, but not quite connecting them just yet. A lot of whiffs going here, but they're quite outside of LG range. And they're both just really eager to finish this thing off, but they're going to have to back away. But Chance was able to get that Mega on time at least, and keep the timing on armor and Mega.
They were hoping one or the other would have a heart attack from all those missed rails going by them, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. That was just way too many. I mean, Chance actually had a little bit more of a reason to stay there just because he could have taken one and getting out of there probably without risking another shot. Oh, but Dewey just immediately taking the adrenaline and going for it. He wants it, but he's not going to get it. All right,
Yeah,
so
had
that's
to make a
2-0
push,
there.
but he was running out of time. Yeah.
Prepare to fight.
Chance seems to definitely have a better handle on Dewey
Round
on this
begins
map, that's for sure. And
3,
Dewey,
2,
again, the play style
1.
change. You know, he's
Round
the
3.
map to map. You know, what may have worked on Blood Run is not necessarily going to work on Sarnath or some other map. So
Absolutely.
he's
There's
gotta
just
make
too
some
much room on
adjustments.
those items to just sneak away with them. All right, so as we get started on match point here, and actually this will tie it back up for Chance if he can manage to get this one away from Dewey. He'll be an Anarchy here. He should be rather well loaded up, as Dewey's just going to be leaving a Mega for the time being. Might be popping through the teleporter to get a little bit of an oblique play against Anarchy. And Chance still doesn't see it, doesn't hear it. He saw a rocket go right past him, I'm sure. But there's Mega still taken away by Anarchy.
Stopwatch.
Yeah, neither's going to be able to run both right now. So I'm just kind of, again, I'm curious to see what Dewey's got up his sleeve here, because he's got to get that first frag. With the way he's playing, I mean, obviously the first frag for him is everything.
Right. And there are a lot of matchups, even more aggressive ones, where we can say that that's probably true. But with these guys,
yeah,
it's
I mean, the first
definitely
frag.
the case.
But with his style of play is what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
He doesn't leave himself room to make a good comeback necessarily if he keeps playing that way.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see.
But he may
Dewey
not
versus
necessarily
Anarchy.
have to.
All right, so this should be good LG off of the jump pad, but he's going to need to follow up with some rockets here. This is barely not worth it. 32 health left alive for Dewey here. Chance is really low himself. It's going to be Dewey diving down for the armor. There's that 125, but it's such a... That 25 is just bait. The one's up here a little bit
Dewey
safer.
just, unfortunately, he had a good angle there. He just missed the killing shot. He didn't get enough on him. I mean, I know he took some damage, but he was in position. He could have got a kill there. He just would have landed a little more cleanly with those rockets.
It's a good thing Dewey timed his ability there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any way off of that situation. As it stands, he's still down at 50 health. And he just, you know, had a run of the items taking away a lot there. He doesn't have a lot to recover on at the moment. Chance is not really keyed into that, though. He's more focused on getting items. He's making sure that he's finally getting a pickup of the armor. And he's not finding Dewey where he's so weak. But he's back up in a corner. There are a few ways to get out of here cleanly. Let's see if Dewey can do it. There's the Ghost Walk. He's going to dive right back into Rocket Launcher. And Chance goes the other way with it. As they both come back into Mega Health, it just wasn't worth it. I mean, Dewey, he hesitated for just a fraction of a second. And I think that's what cost him there. He might have been able to push it forward and get the Mega Health. After that, it still probably would have been messy. He didn't have Ghost Walk or anything like that. So we'll see. Tries to go for the Hail Mary on the Dire Orb. Doesn't go his way, and that could be Dewey done here on Sarnath.
Yeah, the hesitation definitely cost him, and two, just going out there to begin with is definitely not a good idea, considering his stack and Chance's stack, and Chance had timing, so he was going right over there with the lightning gun. It wasn't good ground to be in.
If he didn't hesitate, if he was playing against anybody other than an Anarchy, he might have been able to make that. You could just see that, yeah, clean frag there. You could just see the little
Good
mental, like, hitch. It's like, do I go for this? Yeah, okay. Not worth it.
Yeah, and those little seconds, they add up, and even like you mentioned, even if he would have got it in time, it still would have been really messy for him based on the scenario and where he was.
All right.
Something I noticed, just a quick look at the stats.
Yeah.
Lightning gun utilization by Dewey is a good map for it, and if you look at Chance's damage, the way he was utilizing in that open area, around Mega Health and stuff. So
yeah, not a lot of usage
you got to
there.
mix
You're
up your
absolutely
arsenal.
right. It was fairly low in terms of actual fights happening there. I mean, the few that we had were pretty decisive, but it does mean that we are now tied 1-1, and we're going into another tiebreaker, which is awesome. We're not done yet, but we've also got Lavak and Jeremy after this to close us off. But I think we've seen a lot of variety in how these matches have been played. Not only split down by maps and champions, but just by play styles. I mean, even Nyx v Nyx has gone faster than that before, I think is safe to say. But we're gonna...
Yeah, and I think part of the reason why his LG usage was down was his style of play, because he was just trying to set those traps with rocket launcher and stuff. So he wasn't putting himself in position to really get the most out of that weapon.
All right, let's see if anything changes here in the draft order. They both seem pretty comfortable there, and we're not seeing a lot of counter picks from Chance there. But things are changing a bit here on Blood Covenant. We've actually got a clutch coming out of Dewey. Is he going to use it first? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm thinking he's been going Nyx the whole way. I'd be
Yeah.
surprised. I'd be surprised if he just switched.
If he changed his game up.
To just Rafa, to clutch right away.
All right, Dewey and Chance. Oh man, I mean, look how much work Dewey's been putting in. Just I don't like letting numbers describe things too much, but 78 is certainly a number to have next to your name. It's been dueling a lot. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna stick with Nyx.
And Chance is sticking with the
Surprised
same lineup.
Chance
It's actually Dewey who's changed his lineup. Yeah.
I'm just really surprised Chance didn't, bring out a visor just once.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that he called Blood Covenant, though. We've seen him get a lot of defensive play on Blood Covenant before. We'll see if this is any different, and we'll see if Chance can find a good way to get fed up with Dewey's ploys and face him down. Here we go.
Round 1, fight.
All right, so as they start off here, going to be a little bit of a play across the map before they go for major items. It's going to be a bit 5 seconds earlier for the Mega, but it's going to be Dewey getting a decent grab of weapons, finally getting a rocket launcher and rail. Still needs an LG, but he knows where Chance is, and any opportunity to get some free damage as your opponent's on the bridge is worthwhile. But he's immediately going quiet here. Must have heard his opponent drop. Always an important sound. But he's looking the wrong way here. All right, so it's going to be Megas up. And so Dewey, it's a safe bet. He can either go for an armor that he can probably get out of. He can certainly pop out with the Ghost Walk, or he's going to assume that his opponent's going for the Mega, and he's going to go for that instead. One thing I wouldn't expect is him actually baiting this out. All right, he just finally decides to go get it.
Yeah, both are just gonna go good ambush.
And mid-map, Dewey's going to be a little bit exposed down here. Still 5 seconds to Mega. Dewey's not going to be in position for it. We're going to have to see if Chance is going to be pushing in on Armor or Mega. And Dewey's actually being a little bit cheeky with his timing here. Coming into the bottom of Mega, not in a way that he can really get it. He can just trade some damage and then probably get over to the Armor for free. But he's actually taking himself off of that as well. So he's completely, not overstacked here. This is a little bit of a tactical play to at least mix up Chance's position, but we're going to have to see how the hits go.
Yeah, one adjustment I think I've noticed Chance makes, see if this continues, is that before, earlier in the matches, Dewey would pop that Ghost Walk, and then Chance would kind of pop his right away. I noticed Chance is trying to save it this time and use it so for after Dewey, blows his Ghost Walk ability. Because I think he, realizes now that Dewey's not going to make too many aggressive plays. That's going to be a limited group of plays. So if he can make him burn that Ghost Walk in a defensive manner and just kind of, save his, he'll be better served.
Absolutely. But them being both on Nyx, I mean, it's a little bit of a, who's going to panic first situation.
Yeah, you just got to make him.
Tactical.
You got to make him use it first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oof. You're looking for that rocket, barely avoiding that rail. I mean, that rail would have been a problem for him. I mean, Armor's still 10 seconds away. Chance actually has timing on it, and he could have pushed him forward there. But now Dewey's being really loud on top of the bridge. He's going to throw it out, and managed to not get hit. He manages to get one in on Chance as well, getting the frag, as we have Chance spawning up as Anarchy.
Peeking around, we were talking earlier about, getting into those rail engagements when you're one rail away from death.
Yeah.
And
it's
give Dewey credit.
It makes me bite my fist a little bit, yeah. It's a toss-up. All right, so there's some decent spam. He's looking for the 90 damage rail as well. And again, also pretty risky since he is still open. He's only got the 125 there. He doesn't go through the teleporter. He wants the armor down at the bottom of the pillars. But he's just kind of taking off table scraps from the map at this point. Alright, so armor's taken. Dewey didn't quite hear it, but he's hearing Chance's exit. 6 seconds to Mega, and Dewey's actually in a good position to punish here. Chance is not going for the easy route. Yeah?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and think Dewey's going to play very conservatively right now.
You might have something there. Oh, man. It's actually kind of...
Missed that one.
I'm actually a little bit sad he missed that one. That it's like, all right, he was waiting for it.
He's going to go
but he's got to be one of the
Okay, now
only
you gotta
people
go for the
practicing
kill
these
here.
shots. Yeah, he's got the 2 rails, and he's going for it. There's the rocket, and Chance actually stays
Oh, he
on
blew
the
it.
stairs, and yeah, he messed up the ambush. Ambushes are such a messy business. And with 50 seconds left, now we have Anarchy and Ranger.
Impressive.
All right, but Chance is
Hit
definitely
him for 11 damage. One of those rockets there is follow
Yeah.
up.
Chance has done the hurt, and Dewey has a limited window to recover here. Big Armor's going to be a big part of it. And Chance is just going to have to waste some time just to make sure that Dewey doesn't get that at the very least. 6 seconds to Mega, and we're once again in the classic situation where if you want to make sure that your opponent's not going to be running these items, you have to go get them. The stack is useful for you, but it also allows your opponent to avoid the items and go into hiding, which, as we've seen, Dewey is more than happy to do. If you can find him here in 5 seconds, this drop might be worth it. He's seen him. There's the 1 rail, looking for the last one, and there it is with 1 second left.
Finish.
That is the first round going to Chance.
Yeah, this is
Prepare to fight.
again that conservative play style. You can't get too passive because he's giving Chance like everything right now, you know, on the
Yeah.
map. So
1 round.
it's got to be careful doing that. There are times and places, you know, certain situations for that type of play, but making it your go-to strategy as consistently, you're going to run into problems, I think, as you move up the ladder.
Yeah.
As you can see, Chance has made some adjustments here, so I'm curious if he continues with it.
Especially if you're banking on getting out of situations depends on that ghost walk. I mean, that's where you need to kind of come back to some good old bread and butter Quake stuff. Just got to watch your footwork. So, listening for the jump. He's going to see the jump, he's going to hear the jump, and he's going to get some damage on it without taking anything in return. So Chance is definitely more than eager to go for the kill at this point. There's the ghost walk, and Dewey's actually waiting for it.
Good.
That was so cheeky. It's like, I'm just going to ghost walk,
Very.
and he's going to see that I'm not here, and then he's going to leave. Chance didn't leave. Really well done. And so he's already blown this match wide open.
Yeah, and there's only so many, that area of the map, there's only so many places you can really go without, unless you were going to drop down. And I think maybe Chance recognized that he's using his ghost walk so much, he was really going to want those hourglass items, right, to get it back up again. And so Dewey's in trouble right now.
All right, so we've got Chance up. The only one with the Nyx alive, as it so happens. But Dewey's Ranger is more than capable. I mean, he's going to be getting that Dire Orb back very, very often. But Chance is still looking for the trap, looking for the rails, and so far his rails have been on point when he has the opportunities. Good spam there. Dewey stopping just short. And again, I mean, say what you will about Dewey's play. I like that he's just not flustered by most things. He doesn't panic. He sees a rocket, he stops. He doesn't get hit by the rocket, he doesn't reveal his position.
In the end, you got to play and do what works for you.
Yeah.
So, he's gotten this far, and it's working for him. And he's gotten Chance in some precarious situations. And, Chance has been fortunate to get out of them himself. But, it's like I said, it's going into these tournaments and getting in this type of competition. It's all a growing experience. So I'm sure he'll, no matter what happens, he's going to learn and grow from this and, implement some additional strategies to his game. Like, even if you notice, he's opened it up now. He's playing a lot more open because he has to. But he might want to think about trying to incorporate that to when games are tied or when he has control and he's up 1, to where he doesn't feel like he has to give up, map control so much.
I'm sure as things are tweaked, that will change as well. I mean, this might be a very, singular situation with the state of the game. We are still in beta, of course, and things are still open to a lot of adjustment, as we've been seeing, week to week, and it's been getting more interesting each week, really. I mean, Chance was on the run there for a little bit from Dewey, but he's managed to recover and avoid. And that's actually, one thing going back to Blood Run is that every time Dewey has gotten that first hit on Chance, Chance has proven just as capable of avoiding the fight and getting back into it with small items.
Yeah, he goes back. He's got the turning experience. He knows he's played a lot of different people, so you can see he's kind of settling into a groove there with those nice rails.
Yeah, getting stuck there on the jump pad's no fun, but he manages to survive it. Dewey backing away. All right, Dewey's able to recover here. Chance is waiting for the armor. Again, he's still a frag up, and like you said on the last map on Sarnath, I mean, anytime you see this, it's up to Dewey to kind of stop doing what he has been doing and get aggressive and make the trap actually happen. So far, on Ranger, that's been all about him trying to set up a dire orb, which has been pretty cool when he can pull it off, but it's certainly not the most reliable thing in the world.
Definitely not. Again, commenting on how, you know, the players at this level, you're gonna deal with, you know, smarter and better skilled players, so they're gonna be ready for these type of tactics. You're gonna bust on them, and they may work here and there, but in the long term, consistently, it's not gonna win you too many matches at the very top.
Well, with the last 50 seconds here, I mean, Dewey giving away a few armors is certainly not going to help him. That Mega's up and being somewhat baited by Chance from one angle at least. He's going to be hearing Dewey behind him, though, and he should hear him over by LG. So there's a decision to make. Oh, no, does he hear him by the staircase? There's the hit. 83 damage. Not bad at all. And there's the jump pad. He tries to make it happen, and the dire orb comes out of nowhere, tying it back up with 30 seconds left to go as Dewey takes away the frag as well as Mega Health and an armor. That dire orb is just so deadly in his hands.
Amazing.
I thought he's rocket jumping. What does he expect to get out of a rocket? Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Wow. That's all I can say. Especially because, you know, Chance had him red, you know, coming up the stairs, and it's just.
Yeah. Dewey went, oh,
now
you
here
rocketed
we are
me.
again.
Now I know where you are. Right. I mean, we all know by now that timing that dire orb is not easy. I mean, being able to get that so consistently is kind of scary. All right, so as we move into overtime here on Blood Covenants, we're down to sudden death, but Dewey's in a bad spot. He can dire orb back up to the bridge and take a 25, but he comes right back into it. All right, taking away a lot of these hourglasses that are on the side of the map. Should have heard the jump pad there at least. As
he goes for this,
Chance is actually staying up there.
All
right.
No, he's not going to go for it this time.
He's like, I did what I had to do to push us into overtime. And there's a rail. That's actually going to be a big help. He's out of there. He's got the recovery, but he didn't get out. He didn't get off the platform.
Good
and
push.
that'll be Dewey getting the round. That was a
Good
round?
Good,
that was
good
a,
rocket
that wasn't a
jump,
map, that was a round? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very aggressive, but he recognized, you know, he had a good stack and landed those good rockets. I mean, he's doing what he can. He's really making Chance work for this. That's for darn sure.
Absolutely. All right, so we're tied here 1-1. Right back into Nix v Nix. Dewey back on armor side of the map, taking away rails. No rockets for him just yet. And hearing Chance up there might decide that it's not, you know, the safest thing to get right now. Oh, having only rails. He's not going to be long for the world if he can't get an LG or a rocket. Oh, he doesn't even take the lightning gun. Look at this guy. He doesn't want to take weapons because he doesn't want to give his position away. He knows what weapon's important. Unfortunately for him, Chance knows as well.
He actually already had that lightning gun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, correct. That's why it was.
I missed his pickup.
It was good.
Still avoided the item pickup. Yep. Good timing on that.
Oh, nicely.
It's going to be another piece of this is
placed.
just having a good sense of when that Ghost Walk is going to expire so you have a rocket ready to go on the defense. That's where a lot of this offensive Ghost Walk stuff might start to fade away a little bit, is where people have the timing on the Ghost Walk just enough so that they can defend themselves on it. So armor's taken away by Dewey. There's the rocket jump back up.
Yeah, they're each keeping their little side of the map right now.
As they go quiet here once again. Listening and looking for the jump pad. Chance doesn't want to give it away, neither does Dewey. So looking for him to come back into LG. It's like, oh, you're not going to commit to this jump pad. All right, this is going out the slow way and going through teleporter instead. Catching him here. This could be okay. He's looking for the rail. He gets the rail. And you can see that Chance actually didn't want to, you know, give up his own ability there. He thought, all right, this time I think I can get away with it scot-free. Almost did. All right, so
yeah,
Dewey,
Chance still has his. Oh, he's gonna get those hourglasses. He got his Ghost Walk up again. So.
yeah. And not since Blood Run have we seen Dewey get completely behind Chance, even just kind of running at him and jumping. This could be full tilt here for Chance. Oh, that one defensive rocket might be enough to keep him alive here. Dewey's going to have to back away as his Chance.
Defensive rocket.
Yeah, massive, especially at the choke point at the doorway, keeping Dewey off his back. But it was kind of amazing that Dewey was able to just run up the Chance and go, hey, here's a rocket.
Yeah, he came flying through. Chance caught Chance a little off guard.
Impressive.
Wow.
Looking for that other rail. The number of places you can go up there now, of course, has expanded quite a bit. Got twice as many platforms as before. But 3 minutes knocked off the clock here, and Dewey has been doing a lot of the damage. He's looking for a chance at the armor, whiffs the shot, and decides it's not worth it. Yeah, going back over for Mega.
He's doing a lot of damage, but Chance has picked up 7 more Mega healths than Dewey.
Yeah, but they fade away so fast
when
when it's a Nyx.
Yeah, but if you're doing damage and they're just picking up a Mega health
Yeah.
afterwards, you're really not doing anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chance is recovering every single time. But there's the trap, there's the 100 damage
There we
rockets,
go.
and this could be it. Yeah, as Chance comes out of Ghost Walk, if he can't get out of line of sight, oh, Chance missing a rail, and that rail would indeed have done it. And he's able to fight him off with the Mega. So again, we see...
Oh, he hit him once.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, he hit him. Yeah, I don't know, maybe because the view I had, it definitely saw the rail go off. It hit him.
Okay. I thought it went past him.
He
All
just
right.
picked up the he picked up the Mega after that, so he's in good shape.
Jeez. But once again, we see Dewey using the Ghost Walk to, he knows that his opponent's going to Ghost Walk as well, but he does it with the right timing so that means that Chance cannot get the item. Yeah, damage notwithstanding. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that missed that hit, rather. It looked like it just went off to the side. Alright, so Dewey's going to hear Chance up top. I mean, it's still 20 seconds before Mega comes back up, so there's not a whole lot for Dewey to gain here, but he's more than happy to kind of exist in the sewers of the map.
Yeah, Chance got to maybe make a read on, he's going to try to roach around and like a little cockroach in these bottom areas, so maybe you can try to drop on him at the right time. But again, it makes it difficult. You got to make sure his Ghost Walk is down before that. So
that's definitely
he
Dewey
needs
all
to
the
push
way.
him. He needs to push him twice.
There's the rail.
Oh.
All right, so there's the pickup. I mean, it was kind of risky there, holding out until the armor came up to go Ghost Walk, but he's able to stay alive there, and we come back into overtime. So on this side of the map, there's not a whole lot left for Dewey to get other than hourglasses. Mega's up in 3 seconds, and we're going to see Chance right on top of it, daring Dewey to show up. It's not going to happen. There's the pickup. Oh, and there's the ambush. Dewey gets a free rocket off. But up top here, I mean, he doesn't have the option to die or orbit anymore. He's going to have to go invisible. Chance is going to just spam off on the 25 pickups and then go get armor.
Yeah, excellent rail by Chance. To kind of bail himself out, he missed the sound key and the jump across. I know he kind of thought about it, but he thought a little too late. That sound key of Nyx double jumping over there, you got to kind of listen for that.
All right, this is bad for Dewey. He doesn't have a Ghost Walk here. He's going to be stuck, and with 10 health left over, it's going to take him a few pickups to get into non-railable territory. He's going to need an armor. He's going to need to drop down here, and that's something that Chance should be aware of. The only thing that's going to prevent a Nyx from getting railed off is one of the 2 armors, and if he's not at pillars, well, there's only the other one.
Correct.
Dewey got the pickup. Yeah, there's no free shards to pick up. Dewey's still walking around with almost no health here. He's finally able to stack back up. Dewey's going to hear Chance up top. Is he going to go for the jump pad? Nope, not worth it. Mega's going to be up, though. And Dewey...
He's running these small armors.
I mean, as much as anybody can, yeah. I mean, Mega's been up for a few seconds. Dewey's trying to gauge whether it's worth going for it. Wanting to wait long enough to make sure that if Chance goes for the Mega, he's going to be costing himself the armor potentially. Yep. Dewey might be able to get around him here. It's going to be a big fight at the rocket launcher. It's going to be a fight that both of them want to make sure that they walk away from with that armor intact. But there's the rail coming out of Dewey, looking for the last one. He's now railable himself. He has to get out of here, and he pulls out just at the right moment.
Yeah, good chance there for Dewey to push the bridge area and get a frag.
That
Good
fight
Ghost
on
Walk,
rocket launcher
going
really could have
over there.
gone, kind of messy. But they both knew what they wanted out of that fight. All right, but there's Mega taken away by
Big
Dewey.
fight for this. big fight for this armor. I'm curious if he goes for it. Now he's playing really passive. He's just giving it the chance. Yeah, he's got to do a better job of attacking when he can.
Alright, so the armor's going to be up, and Dewey's looking for the 90 damage rail. Nicely done, and no fadeaway rail. But where is he going to go? He doesn't really have any place else but the rocket whiffs. I mean, that is like one of those rockets where, yeah, you hear him coming, you see him coming, but no connection. There's Mega taken, and Dewey's just waiting for it. Oh, he pops a little bit early there. We still have a Chance mid-tier. Dewey's acting as if Chance is going to be dropping on him here pretty soon, which, you know, he certainly could. Dewey hasn't been cycling the major items here for a while.
Yeah, that's definitely what he should be looking to do. Anytime he puts damage on him, he needs to start looking at these lighter items, because it's pretty obvious that's where Dewey is going. He has nowhere else he's going. But it's difficult, because then maybe you go down there and then Dewey switches it up on you and goes steals, you know, a mega health or a heavy armor. So Chance just needs to try to track him. Oh, there he is.
Chance was looking for it this time. I mean, they've done this so often with each other that it's like, okay, rocket launcher, he's going to be behind the corner. They've had so many of these little trades. What?
Ooh,
the
they
fact
hit
that
each
both
other.
of those rails connected, those were like complete vertical flicks. Really well done. Dewey is, yeah, he's going to depend on this armor, but he's going to need more health. And once again, I mean, Chance, just because he's also playing a Nyx, has to back off and get some stack items. Alright, so here comes Ghost Walk back for both of them most likely. Dewey's still a little bit weak, but he, like you said, he's cycling the small armors much more effectively. And that gives him just enough of a leash to escape some of these fights from Chance. Not much more than that. I mean, with Nyx, you're not going to be getting much more than that anyway, even if you are cycling the items. But the fact that Dewey's been able to consistently get back to these small armors without Chance punishing him has really been extending the game here.
Yeah, I mean, even here, it's hard to do though, because the Ghost Walk and Dewey's not exactly making it easy. He's really kind of spoiling the offense from Chance and really forcing him to run into stuff. So it's just really defensive play from both guys, and you know, Chance obviously doesn't want to, like I said earlier, doesn't want to give him, you know, a freebie and just run in there. So you do what you got to do to try to win a match and make some adjustments and hopefully make a good read on your opponent and get that frag you need.
Though we've now seen 3 maps where Chance's response to Dewey's Nyx is another Nyx, and that I think is definitely going to inflate the encounter time a bit. I mean, especially with how conservative they both are.
Yeah, they're both sitting there more or less waiting for their Ghost Walk to come back up before they engage. I really would have liked to see a visor from his side. You know, Ghost Walk, fine. I'm gonna use my visor ability.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, you know, see you the whole way.
Right now, if you Ghost Walk off of another Nyx's Ghost Walk, it sort of makes it an even situation, unless there's an item up for play. I mean, visor can actually counteract that and turn it back in his favor. Nice rail coming out of Dewey. We're going to see Chance actually not moving there. Again, just a lot of really sly play. But Chance is... he's not going to be able to get away from this. He was up there a little bit too long. Dewey's going to know he's nearby. By the teleporter even. Didn't hear the play through the teleporter. He's actually looking for him down below this time. Still a long time before Mega comes back up, but they're not really playing for the items at this point. They're playing for frag positions. But at will, Dewey can go back and get that armor.
Yeah, he just picked that up. He's giving up other stuff though, 'cause he's playing so passive. Even when he, you know, seems like he's going to get control, he never really has control because he's giving up one of the major items.
I mean, both of these guys are incredibly proficient at hitting their shots. As I say that, of course, he whiffs a rail coming up the stairs, which is where you want to hit your rails, but Dewey's stuck down at the middle, and this time, Chance doesn't get the fadeaway shot. But Chance didn't take any damage in that fight. And so he saw Dewey going for the lower small armor, and where's Chance? Well, here he is. There's the rail right before the Ghost Walk. Oh, jeez. So they're both without Ghost Walk for now. Chance is low. Dewey can actually take a rail, so yeah, Chance has no incentive to be in this fight. Oh, but there's the trap. But, you know, once again, we have the Ghost Walk. But how's the counter Ghost Walk play going to go? Can Dewey actually get out of here cleanly?
Yeah,
Short
Chance
answer,
has
yes.
a good opportunity right now. If he can just kind of make a good prediction on where he is and come around the corner ghost walked, you know, Dewey won't have any clue, and with how slow he's moving.
All right, so big fight here on the on the
play.
railgun, and they both just kind of commit to the fight. And Chance, taking very little damage after picking up both Mega and Armor, ends up taking the round. So this is now the opportunity for Chance.
The other thing, I think Chance was doing good. He made a good adjustment by, you know, realizing he needed those hourglass pickups because he's using his ghost walk. He's really depending on the ghost walk. So, you know, check out those hourglass spawns too, especially the triple there underneath the rail, and the other 3 underneath, you know, pillars.
Dewey's actually starting Ranger here. I mean, he's going to be going for the Dire Orb again, which I don't want to discount, but they're both looking at that rail. And there's the rockets. Oh, geez. Dewey, I mean, just by having a little bit of a bigger stack and having the Dire Orb available, might be able to do something about Chance here.
Yeah, as we've seen, one frag with these guys is going to be a big difference here. Yeah. So whoever can get...
Mega's going to be up. Armor's going to be up. And Chance is avoiding both of them at the moment, trying to figure out which way Dewey's going so he can grab the other. But at this point, that might rob him of the ability to get either. Dewey's just walking on downtown towards Mega.
A little bit of a misplay there by Chance.
Yeah, when you have both these guys playing like this, it's not like you can just cycle the items and time it unless you've actually gotten both. There's going to be a lot of misinformation about when they're coming up. Oh, what a close-range rail, though, and he's going for the Ghost Walk. There's the Dire Orb to get Ranger out of there as Dewey survives that with reliable health. Chance is doing a little bit better off at this point as he's trying to fight him off with the Mega. That Mega going to Ranger would be a huge missive for Chance. But Dewey's completely gone at that point.
Yeah. But it evened it out. You know, Chance didn't really have the items down. He's got one. So right now, both of them each have a major item. So whoever lands that first good shot right now, just like that.
Is Chance taking this one aggressively? I mean, you've got Dewey on the bridge now, stuck down to the stairs. He's going to be able to take health. Top of the stairs, coming back over to the rocket launcher. As Chance is going back over for Mega. All right, so that's somewhat worthwhile as, yeah, small armors on Nyx end up doing a pretty good deal once he can get that Mega in hand. Should expect to play through the teleporter, though. Nice reaction, but there's the Dire Orb. Man, every single time. He's just so deadly with that. So Nyx is down. Now we have Ranger in on Anarchy. Chance is saying this game, it's your game, man. You decide how it goes.
Right. You can tell he's trying to make that close range play, and it's been working out for him.
We still have.
But it's interesting now because yeah, he doesn't have Nyx right now, so.
All right, but he goes Anarchy instead of Ranger himself, which is interesting. I mean, he's obviously feeling a bit more confident there, but it's going to be about holding on to the stack here because so much of this match has been dictated by, all right, we've both eaten a rail, we both got to go recover. Having somebody who can eat a couple rails and keep the fight going forward would make such a difference here. Oh, but Dewey is just eating these rails. Can he get out of here? Some of these close-range Dire Orbs don't really guarantee you a clean escape. That's something that Chance has a much better opportunity for.
That's where him being passive really cost him there, because it's like he tracked Chance going up the stairs, and it's like, well, you didn't want to use his Dire Orb so to reposition, you didn't want to rocket jump, so what exactly was his plan, you know, standing down there? And the plan was to eat some rails apparently.
Really solid rocket against Chance there. He's only at 75 health now. Dewey's looking for the shot around the corner. Chance is not going to give it to him as he's back over towards Armor, which means that if Dewey can get back over there in time, he has an opportunity, or could play the safe card and go up for this Mega instead. He's going to keep his back to the Mega and go for it, maybe. He's still looking for Chance to show up, though. He's daring Chance to show up.
Surprised he hasn't gone for that Mega yet.
Well, he can create like a 15-second delay between Armor and Mega. So this is where Dewey has an actual chance to cycle the items.
He's good. I mean, he only has about 30 seconds left. He doesn't have to push anything.
Nope. But you know, Chance will try here. So
Yeah, he's got to
defensive.
do something aggressive.
So he created a timing situation where he could have cycled the items, but if he wants to stay in charge of things, it's got to be as quiet as he can. And we know that Dewey can be. There's the rail out of the teleport, though. Not sure if he needed to move through there to get back to where he wanted to be. He just did a circuit around the bottom of pillars, essentially. He's plus backing really hard here, trying to take the die orb the other way. Uses it to juke out against Chance, but Chance is going to be mad now and will be evening things up. 5 seconds left. If Chance can find him on the spawn, it's going to be a Nyx. No, Chance. Nyx is going to be on the other side of the map. Hey, found him. And yeah, if you can find your opponent before they can get weapons, or even before you can react on the ability, that'll make short work of them. So Chance is calling GG there, and we have it 2-on-1.
Game.
What a series, guys! We made it through. Oh, we did it!
That was a heck of a match.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That was a hell of a match. Now, I say this as a guy who looks at matches like Red Annihilation and is like, okay, Quake used to have a lot more sneaking in it, a lot more traps, a lot more subterfuge, and I love that stuff. I really do. I think it's really cool that we have the opportunity to see both sides of it here in Quake Champions. I think, you know, it's still getting to a point where everybody's going to be happy with it, but I really want to keep situations like this, maybe not every night, just for my own biology's sake, but I do like that the pacing of the match is entirely dictated by the players, not by, you know, anything else. So there's a lot of worth there. Now, if Chance wanted a faster matchup, I think he actually could have gone for a different champion choice. We'll have to see. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, I guess kind of a good comparison would be like a boxing match, two defensive fighters, right? Going at it. You're not going to get the most exciting match, but there's still a lot of strategy and tactics and things going on that make it interesting in a different kind of way. And then of course there's the the knockout fight, which I guess in the Quake equivalents would be just a blitzkrieg of frags everywhere, people dying, and
which also happens. Which is also fun.
2 minutes is run. It happens. It certainly
But
does.
in a mode like this where you know that every frag counts, and you cannot just expect to eventually get that red armor spawn or get that mega health spawn or start getting that one frag that turns into like 8 spawn frags. You don't get that opportunity. Every frag here counts. Especially that first one, as we've seen, Chance was able to keep that momentum rolling, as you often can, which is a good thing in my opinion. So, I still want to let those things happen. Maybe some sanity on the times, but...
Well,
I mean, you also say that as an older player, right?
Well, no, and one of the things I kind of noticed during the match is Chance, didn't want to give it to him, as I mentioned earlier, right? So Dewey was really doing his best to frustrate him, to kind of spoil his offense, and to make him make mistakes. And so he recognized that. I feel, I don't know, maybe I'm just taking a guess here what he was thinking, and kind of took a different approach to how he was going to get him, and really kind of pushed him. He's looking for that ghost walk. He's like, okay, so he's going to play off this ghost walk. He's going to look around these corners. He's going to roach around and kind of sneak around corners. So you saw those rockets going first, right? I'm not just going to go in this rocket launcher area. I'm going to shoot a rocket around these corners, and sure as heck, there's Dewey standing there. So
yeah,
I thought he made a nice adjustment on his part, and then really got aggressive to try to make Dewey pay after the ghost walk, and recognizing that he's just kind of going back to those same areas over and over. He made a great read on the rocket when he came out of ghost walk on the underneath the railgun there by the hourglasses, and I think he was playing off that too, recognizing that Dewey had to run the hourglasses to really stay effective with what he was doing, because he wanted to ghost walk as often as possible. So
yet another
the hourglasses are definitely in play.
And I think you're right. I mean, any way you cut it, there's a lot to learn from watching how Dewey was playing. I mean, the one thing that, you'll get into when you first start playing any Quake, really, is that you're just going to be stuck on, like, rushing forward towards people with a rocket launcher or a machine gun even, and just not making any choices at all. Where Dewey was making a lot of really dense choices, and Chance was as well, all the time. Now, they were choices that led to a pretty long matchup with a lot of sort of state resets, but, if they didn't, it was going to be a little bit of a risky fight for both of them, and they both acknowledged that. So again, it's just a result of both of their knowledge, both of their ability to make smart decisions, And I'm not going to compare that to the QuakeCon 2016 finals, but it's the same sort of mechanic where they both know what's up, they both know what's at stake, they both know exactly where that line of risk versus reward is, and you know, they wanted to make it a sure thing. And then you get a telefrag.
Yeah, you do what you have to get a win in this game. You do, and if that means slowing it down to a ridiculous, crawl, then that's what you got to do. And if you need to speed it up to a ridiculous pace, then that's what you do. Or if you need to play, you do what you need to do to get a win. It's all about, you got to get the win.
Quake is best when all kinds are viable. You know, that's what we want.
I mean, I can think back to winning an important match 2-1 in a 20-minute game.
Yeah.
Because
totally.
I was slow playing and doing what I had to do because I didn't have control.
Was it Q2DM3?
And if you don't, it was actually it was the Edge.
Oh, okay. 2-on-1 on Edge.
Yeah.
Crap. All right. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I was up against a really top player, so I did what I had to do to minimize what he could do when he was in control. And and you end up with a slow match like that. But it is a tactical battle, and it's the job of the other player, and I give Chance a lot of credit there for not getting frustrated. I'm sure it was frustrating for him, naturally.
This is where I would love a post-match interview with Chance. That would be fantastic.
I would love to talk with him about that. Yeah, about what he was going through mentally, psychologically, how he felt dealing with that, because it could take you out of your game. It could make you really frustrated, and you start getting, I got to push the issue. I got to make this exciting, and then next thing you knew, you lose. It's like, yeah, you did make it exciting because you gave frags to your opponent. So good for Chance for keeping his head, playing within himself and not letting the situation get to him too much.
All right. Well said. And yeah, congratulations to both of them for keeping it going. But we do have one more match tonight. Lavak versus Jeremy. And I don't think anybody will think less of us if we take a short breather before we go into it. I think Lavak and Jeremy are going to be getting in here pretty soon anyway. So we will have a small break. Not a very long one. 5 minutes tops. 5 minutes on the dot. Be back here in 5 minutes or, you're going to miss out. And we're going to have one more final really great match here in the top 16 of the North American Quake World Championships Qualifiers #1. Such a great tournament name. All right, guys, be right back.
want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made of all the love we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch your body stand. Happiness, this is where we stand.
All right, we've been leading up to this one. Of course we have. It's the last match of tonight. That's just how that works, obviously. But we are indeed going to be seeing Jeremy and Lavak. Something that I think Machiavelli knows a bit about both of these guys, right?
Not so much Lavak, a little bit of Jeremy. Like I said, watched some of his videos and gave him some pointers. So I'm curious to see how he does in this match. Very curious, and to learn more about Lavak, of course. He's obviously here for a reason. So
I saw him in one of our King of the Hills, and he performed quite well. It was a good match. Taking a look here at, again, these level numbers don't mean anything here, but 58, 34 should have a pretty good matchup here. It just depends on who's been playing duel more.
Yeah, I want to see. Oh, here we go. I like the picks of Lavak there, Clutch and Galena for Blood Run.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's been watching Clutch today is going to know that it's a good way to shut down anybody who wants to, you know, kind of grind the map to a halt at any point. I mean, Clutch is a really good way to kind of kick things back in gear. Ah, that was awful. I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry. All right, but
Question,
Jeremy,
was that intentional or?
You know,
even
I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
there's no id here. All right, so we've got Lovick and Jeremy loaded in here on Blood Run. We do have Nyx, but don't worry, it's not Dewey. We do have a Ranger, Galena, and Clutch for Lovick. I do like that quite a bit. And we've got Visor, Ranger, and Nyx for Jeremy. Nicely done. All
so
right.
yeah, it definitely looks like Jeremy's staying with Nyx as a starter.
Round one.
Not a bad way to kind of feel out your opponent. It's a good get out of fight free card. We're gonna have to see how consistently he can pull that off. All right, let's get things rolling here as they get picked up with weapons and items. Not a whole lot of action just yet, but looking over for this, well, not even next Mega, they're just there, as it's going to be Lovick looking for a rocket launcher and almost getting a rail from Jeremy for his trouble. And so I do like these initial quiet plays out of Blood Run. It is the way that it can go very often, no matter which version of Quake you're playing, as the spawns usually favor, you know, each player getting a split of the items, and depending on the game, there might be a bit of a play for rocket launcher like we almost saw there. But if it doesn't go that way, it's a little bit of a waiting game for the next items and seeing if you can lay down a good trap there.
Yeah,
nice.
Wondering who wins that first major engagement to get firm control, you know, separate the Mega and heavy armor a little bit.
All right, so Jeremy backing up to the small armor, keeping himself just barely alive here, but having to kind of plus back out a lot of these fights. I mean, Lovick isn't really finding a way to collapse on him just yet. And Jeremy coming up very slowly up these stairs might have an opportunity for a rocket or a rail if he looks up. I mean, Lovick kind of slipped out from between his fingers there, but it's still 5 seconds to armor. and he's going to be leaving it up in favor of a fight here, and he's going to get it. There's the aggressive Nyx play. The damage is good. He's not going to finish it, especially as Lovick is going up for the Dire Orb play.
Oh,
But overall, I think
missed
that worked out well
opportunity.
for Jeremy because he got Mega, and he could still get this armor.
yeah, he could have. That was a frag. He should have had it. Honestly, that was the whole point of that. That engagement isn't to let your opponent get away with 10 health and
Right,
restack.
yeah,
You know,
no kidding.
Your job is to get the frag there. He really had him. Maybe he can get the finish here.
Especially since it cost you the Ghost Walk for that entire cooldown period. So Jeremy's going to have to
But he
back out
was
of this fight.
screaming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was machine gun, lightning, anything. It's just anything could have touched him, and he would. I mean, a gust of wind might have killed him at that point. Oh, mean prediction rocket.
Oof. A rail like that is a bit of an overextension from Jeremy, but so far so good for him. As long as he doesn't get railed here, he's making sure to use that wall jump to stay up high and dry. Getting a little bit of armor will save him from the rail. But at this point, Lovick has got to know that he's up there.
Yeah, Lovick's in good shape right now.
Yeah, Jeremy's backing out of it.
It's kind of amazing how, he used the ghost walk, he got that great play off, and he didn't get the frag, and now all of a sudden it just seems like, Lovick recovered, and now Lovick's in control.
Yeah.
And those missed opportunities can really come back to haunt you.
Evasive.
Going full Ghost Walk there. Using it pretty defensively. He had just the one offensive Ghost Walk so far. And like you said, it didn't
Yeah,
quite
he's
go
in-
his way. So there's the pickup. That's going to keep him off of Death's Doorstep from the rail, but Lovick knows he's there. Oh, he still manages to eat a rail there. I mean, he could have actually gone pretty aggressive around the corner of the catwalk, but he still catches him down here by the armor. Ooh, committing to that would have been rather dangerous, but he still manages to get through the teleporter there as Jeremy is just desperately trying to get out of this fight, but it's not a fight that Lovick is going to let him get out of.
Yeah, good aggression by Lovick. He completely had Jeremy on the ropes there.
Alright, so it's going to be Ranger on Ranger play here, which means that Mega's always going to be a little bit messy.
1 minute warning.
Sees him, doesn't quite get the connection on the rail, but he knows he's up there. He can take a Dire Orb for the armor and throw down a rocket. Gets a little bit of spam off of him, not too much, just 29 damage, not bad. He's not looking for the rail on either the teleporter or the rocket launcher though, so he's going to lose track of where Jeremy is for a moment.
Oh, he's got him now.
So there's the pickup and no real response there from Jeremy. He says, all right, I know you're up there. I dare you to do anything about it. All right, but Lovick is actually going a little bit hidey here just to see if he can trap him at the armor. But he might not need it since he's leaving up literally everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, he left up that heavy armor. That was a bit of a... I'm not sure. I know he's trying to set a trap, but, I mean, really
Nope.
did just leave that heavy armor hanging.
There isn't a lot of incentive for Jeremy to come his way. All right, so Lovick's still top of the map. He got a decent rocket off against Jeremy, but that's going to be time elapsing there with round one going over to Lovick.
Prepare to fight. Round begins in 3.
All right, and as we roll into the next one, we're going to have to see if we see a
Round
change up in the
2,
starting lineup.
fight.
Nope, still going to be Jeremy on the Nyx. Oh, he needs to be careful about when he walks away from that. I mean, Lovick didn't really have any weapons to force that fight. Lovick banking on that as he's going up top map to get not a whole lot, actually. He doesn't have rockets, he doesn't have rail. He's got LG and nails, and we've seen a lot of really good nail play so far today, but I'm wondering if Lovick is going to be one of those to deliver it to us. He can hear a rail somewhere. There's something fishy going on here, yeah. He's actually just dropping down and going for a hard avoidance. He doesn't have a rocket launcher, so he's not feeling capable of attacking here, but that does mean he's been able to route around Jeremy and get a completely free grab of Mega. No damage taken, not even any overlook.
Yeah, mistake. That's definitely a mistake by Jeremy in terms of just not recognizing and taking good, route choices and being in position for that next major spawn. And he has to go swap to get out of there.
It's kind of fascinating
little, he
as you
missed that
see
rocket.
people just go for just standing still when their opponent, Nyx is out. Sorry, if he wants to fight me, I'm not going to run away. If he doesn't want to fight me, then he's going to leave me alone. that didn't quite work out. Yeah, getting it through the grate there is a little bit of a trick. Nice.
Ooh.
Rocket pop up to the rail. Not bad, not bad. Especially when you're playing up against the Knicks, certainly worthwhile. And he's got the second one as well, but he dropped down. But is that really incentive for Jeremy to stick around for that fight? It was like, I just got railed, my opponent dropped, time for me to dive down the staircase. Not
Yeah,
so much.
Lavic's putting some good pressure on him right now. He's running around really well. He's running some of these items. Like we mentioned earlier, Jeremy kind of made some missed times here and there, but he needs to try to get an opportunity here and make the most of something. He gets some damage out here and there. Even, you know, actually I should go back to that Knicks play he made in the shotgun area. Having rocket out in high ground is good, but when they're on stairs and you're kind of like shooting directly at them while they're on the stairs because it has a down slope, it's really difficult. Like,
incredibly difficult.
you don't want to be there.
That's one thing that's been true over the years, for sure.
You're basically, you have to hit them direct.
All right, so damage is going to be traded off there a little bit, but Jeremy is definitely on dire straits here as his visor is only at 50 health. He's waiting by the Mega. No, he's waiting by LG, actually, looking to see if it's a good idea to go get that Mega. But Lovex rockets and or Dire Orb could either shut him off or kill him out completely. But Jeremy has been taking a few notes from a certain someone and is able to duck out of that fight. I mean, he's still super low here. He's finally able to get a 25.
Yeah, he's got to keep himself in the match. He's only down one. He's got a couple minutes. Just needs to rebuild that stack, and he's got one. If he
there's the damage from the Dire Orb, and that'll close off his visor. It's down to only Ranger here.
Now it's not looking good for him now. Now it's the big rocket.
Oof, and a really good weapon change over to the machine gun to finish him off. Really well done there. Oh, and he finds a clutch right off the spawn. Is that something he wants to do? He's got the gauntlet out,
No.
And that'll give him the round. Nice little piece of pummel there.
running out of clutch with the shield, probably not the best idea there. He got pummeled with the clutch, a little highlight finish.
1 round 3.
All right. As we come back in, we can actually switch over to Jeremy here, see what he's working with. We do have Lovick with rockets and rails at this point. Not even that for Jeremy just yet. So it's going to take him a little bit of time to get the weapons that he needs, and if Lovick is looking at that, if he's, you know, taking a look at rockets, taking a look at rails, he could really punish him once he starts to make these moves. But instead we have Lovick moving back up towards top armor. Nice little bit of damage. A direct rocket, in fact. There might be some damage coming from his rockets up here, but he doesn't take any hits. Yeah, Jeremy is not really willing to go through that teleporter just yet. Decent damage, but he's got to back out of here. He can make the escape, but is he going to be able to make the move out of this room? Now that Lovick knows he's back there, it's not going to be easy. Jeremy's going quiet here. Wants to ghost walk into a grab of armor. He's really early, but he ends up not getting punished for that. Getting a rail, make that 2 rails instead. We have Lovick getting the grab for the armor, but the damage coming out of Jeremy is insane. What? Okay.
Yeah, that's poor weapon selection by Lovick. He jumped down at him when he had a rocket launcher, and that's more of a finishing weapon, especially at close range against a rocket launcher. He really jumped into Jeremy's rockets there, and he paid for it. I mean, it's where weapon selection's really critical.
Absolutely. So now waiting for that shield to expire. Nope, not going to wait for it. Just going to go for the armor, go for the grab, and expect to find him out of the teleporter with a little bit of damage. Of course, it's a little bit harder to spam down that corridor than it has been before. So Jeremy's going to need to find another route. He's still behind you. He's still there, but his rockets are so decisive. I mean, you have a clutch down to 50 HP. He could actually rocket jump and still have more health. All right, but that's not going to last long as yeah, Clutch is going to be taking just about everything he can. Yeah, you're not going to get your own gauntlet there. Decent bit of LG, but as Clutch moves forward, yeah, defensive Ghost Walk is going to be useful. Trying to bait him into a telefrag maybe, but he still had the LG out. So he's going to be kind of noisy there. Nice work from Lovick. That'll tie it back up one-on-one.
Yeah, good read. Had him coming up a jump pad with the lightning gun. Just light him up when they do that.
All And this clutch is going to be, as always, incredibly difficult to take down. There's the play for Mega, and it's a Ranger that shows up with a very close range. Dire Orb just trying to go for that Hail Mary telefrag. Not going to happen.
Yeah, you got to be careful these rocket engagements against the clutch. He's a beast.
Yep.
He's a handful.
All right, so it's down to just
And the
Visor
shield.
now. Oh, beautiful pop and lock
great
coming out
rocket.
of Lava. He might not be able to turn this into a frag, but the damage is dealt. And if he can find him in the room here, if he can find him exiting the room, he might be able to dash right into a finisher.
Really aggressive there by Lava. He's, should have been maybe a little more careful there because the Mega's up.
It was less the
No
aggression, I
challenge
think,
from
and
him.
more just the sound he was making coming up the stairs. I mean, it was a really clear signal for Jeremy to go, nah, I'm not going out there.
The big thing with clutch is that shield is not on a very long cooldown. So
No.
you use it, and if you pick up some hourglasses, you know it's up again before your opponent really is ready. And any engagement close range, you come around the corner, popping the shield, and being in their face with the rocket launcher is deadly.
And as confident as he's feeling here, I'm sure that he's somewhat comfortable. Oh, just going plus forward with the shield, with the rockets, taking all of that LG, and being able to snack on a Mega Health on his way back over to armor. That last rocket could have, well, maybe done something there, but his rockets just aren't connecting. He's got the right idea here, but the execution on those jumps just isn't there. And the damage, oh, there's a nice rail off of the armor at least. That'll keep Jeremy on
A
his
little
back
rocket jump malfunction.
Gotta RMA those jumps for sure. But, I mean, be that as it may, 30 seconds left, and unless Jeremy does something magical here, it's not going to work out for him. Yep. Whoa! All right. There's the jump, and there's the rocket. But that'll tie it back up here. With 20 seconds left to go, it's a Galena versus a Visor, a very weak Visor. So if Galena shows up here for the fight, this could be a quick one. He's chasing up the jump pad at the very least, but by that point, Visor's going to be out of there. Coming back in for the armor. That's a 10 damage rocket. Is it really worth showing up with only 25 health? No, it's not. And just at the last moment, 2 seconds before it, it's going to be Lovick taking the round and taking the map. So GG's called out there.
Well played. Yeah, he was putting pressure on Jeremy pretty much the entire map.
Yeah.
He looked like he was firmly in control pretty much for most of it. Jeremy had some nice plays here and there, but never really capitalized on any momentum that he got going. Even when earlier when we saw he made that nice ghost walk and he couldn't get the frag, and opportunities, later when he did have control, he'd miss an item here, and Lava could capitalize. He'd make sure he was there. He'd snake that item, and put some damage on him and just totally turn things around. So
and it
Jeremy
didn't really
has
look
some work
like
to do.
he was responding well to the fact that there was somebody like Clutch on the map. It definitely requires a different playstyle. It requires some different aggression on a lot of the items, and that adjustment really wasn't there. So it used up a lot more time than maybe it could have, but we're going to have to see what the next map is.
Yeah, I want to see what he picks and how he adjusts. So he did seem a little disorientated dealing with the clutch. Not recognizing, I guess, but maybe just not being used to playing against it too much, or somebody who's really quality with the clutch, where that big stack he can build up is a huge factor. So even though you think you're putting damage on him, it's easy to get tunnel vision, and be like,
Just
oh,
how much
I'm
damage
really
can he
lighting
take?
this guy up.
Yeah.
And you think, I'm lighting him up, I'm gonna get the kill, not realizing you're taking damage too, and you have like half the guy's stack. So just gotta keep that in mind. And then plus the shield, and now his mobility, I mean, he can really get around, and the shield can cause problems. It's only a 20-second cooldown, so
Right.
if you figure, hourglasses on top of that, it's up quite a bit.
Absolutely, and I've had mirror matches where it's, my Sorlag versus another guy's Sorlag, and he'll be LGing me as Sorlag and complaining about how much health Sorlag has, so... It's like, wow, this is so different from like a Nyx play or an Anarchy play. And yeah, it is different, and I'm really glad it is. I would really be almost dismayed if, these champ choices actually didn't matter as much as they do. That's the game,
Yeah, there's definitely... that's why one of the things I find interesting is the champion abilities and all their passives certainly have a play, but in the end, underneath all that, there's still that fundamental Quake feel to it. So it's kind of like a little hybrid of things, and I'm having a lot of fun with the game. I can, from my personal experience, I enjoy playing the game. So.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're going to be going into Corrupted Keep here for map number 2. And this is where, if Jeremy doesn't find a way to react to some of these really aggressive plays, Lovick could indeed be a problem. Then again, on the flip side, I mean, Lovick actually had more opportunities than I think he realized. Gonna have to see if he can capitalize there, like you said.
Yeah, I'm expecting. I'd be surprised if, looking how his clutch play was pretty solid on Blood Run. I'd be surprised if he doesn't bust him out again here on Corrupted Keep. Yeah, Scale Bear is also a very solid pick here.
Yeah. Galena, very tiny map. And there's the next play, and there's the BJ play, actually. Nice.
There's the clutch.
This, some sparks should fly here, for sure.
I think clutch is a decent counter to both Nyx and BJ. You know, BJ's dual wielding, you know, lightning gun, you pop your shield, it's not going to do anything. And then on top of that, you know, Nyx, you can see as they go ghost walk, you pop your shield and you can see them that way too. And not to mention the huge differential in stacks and coming around the corner in those rocket fights, you just have a huge advantage.
Let's see how it plays out here. I mean, they've got Ranger Scale Bearer up first. I mean, this is only the warm-up. We're going to have to see if they decide that, you know, maybe a different choice would be better. But like you said, Scale Bearer certainly solid here on Corrupted Keep. There's a lot of places where, you know, his little choo-choo train ends up getting into a lot of, and out of a lot of nasty situations. And who knows, we might see another ring out.
And against a lighter lineup like this, the Nyx and even the Blaskowitz, you know, when he's on those champions, he needs to be really careful about eating a scale bearer charge, even at short distance. It's going to influence a fight.
All right, here we go. Watching Jeremy out of the gate here. He's making a grab of rocket launcher first up, and the more I see of this, the more I'm like, yeah, you really have to prioritize that almost more than, you know, anything else. I mean, of course, there's no rail. The LG is a little bit tougher to get to. It's a little bit easier to get to it, of course, if you're by the Mega already. If not, then yeah, rocket launcher is going to be your friend. Just nabbed it out from in front of him. Like, I'm sure that that Lovick has one by now. Yeah, but Jeremy's still got the
definitely
stamina.
Agree.
Yeah.
The rocket launcher, most important weapon on this map, in my view.
All right, so Jeremy trying to play kind of coy here against the Scale Bearer. He's going to have to be really ready on the Ghost Walk here. It's going to be a little bit before. Yeah. Just like that. Exactly like that. Yeah. And this is where you need to kind of spruce up your nail gun and machine gun damage because you don't have a rail to rely on in these long-range fights. Nice rocket coming out of Lovick.
Great shooting.
Yeah.
Good initial rocket, bounced him in the air, and then, you know, for those learning, look how, you know, just take a note on how Lovick really took his time and made sure he hit that follow-up.
Nice.
Oh, and a mid-air roadkill.
Just to punish him for trying to get the gauntlet on him out of the teleporter. That does leave that Scale Bearer down at 41 health. That health takes a long time to get back up, even with Mega in hand. But it's 5 seconds to it, and Lovick should be stacked up enough at least to maybe at least show up. Maybe, yeah. In fact, it's Jeremy who doesn't show up. That actually surprises me a little bit more. Because here for armor,
I really liked how he took his time with that second rocket. Didn't panic, you know, didn't get too excited. Popped him in the air, and just took his time with that follow-up shot. Recognized that if he hit him with a good one, it was a kill.
Hey.
Oh, beautiful.
When you have that Scale Bearer bearing down on you, you really need a good response there. But there's the first round on Corrupted Keep. Scale Bearer just doing work.
Yeah, Lovick looking very strong here. Very strong.
3, 2, 1. Round.
That Scale Bearer charge, it's devastating here.
Yeah.
He's gonna come right here again. Yeah. Just make sure that's good to make sure if you're watching Lovick's point of view, it's good to make sure because you can both spawn in that close proximity. And you don't want them dropping on it, so you just charge in there, Scale Bearer.
Lovick seeing if Jeremy comes back into rocket launcher. Now he's going to be up by LG instead. Oh, thank you for that rocket pop. That puts Lovick exactly where he wanted to be, looking for that long-range damage on the nail gun. We only have rockets coming out of Jeremy so far, and again, if we don't see a lot of usage of the nail gun here, something's missing a little bit. But there's the setup for the charge down. It doesn't quite connect, but it does give Jeremy something to think about. But there's armor still taken away. It's going to be traded off.
That was a nice read, though, by Lovick. He made a little risk there, but... good
These
rockets by Jeremy.
Yeah. Yikes.
I was wondering if he was not going to get that. He had 3 health on Lovick, so...
You have to push that for sure. But yeah, Jeremy's rockets in both of these maps have been incredibly consistent. It's just that A, here it's a little bit tougher to get one, and B, it's a little bit harder to get out of the situations where if it's not going your way, you're screwed. All right, Mega's up. Armor's taken by Lavik. Might be coming back in for Mega Room. He's at least going to hear it, and now Jeremy needs to find out where he's hiding from, or poking out from, rather. He's not too sure about any of these sound cues here. So 15 seconds before Mega comes back up. Item timers are only about 4 seconds apart. Armor coming up first. Jeremy's going to see the nails coming out of Lavik. And this might be a clean trade. I mean, this is fine because the more time Galena is on the map, the more totems you're going to see. And that's actually going to be a big problem for Nyx.
Yeah, I could run around one of these corners the wrong way. That's for sure. Or even catching her out of one of those portals. She hasn't gone through the LG portal yet.
Really?
So
Okay.
Jeremy looks through that. Yeah, there's one up there. So.
Well, fortunately for Jeremy, he's not doing too much running around here. He's going to go for the Ghost Walk before moving into Mega. It's a little bit early, so it's going to be a fight that's going to be difficult to extract from. Well, it's actually going to be Lavik deciding to extract. He was like, all right, this is not worth it. More time equals more totems. It's so... it makes your skin crawl when you see somebody go up a jump pad backwards like that with that potential. All right, nice little boost up there. Yep. Jeremy going, nope, not today. And if he can get in on these rockets, you know that he can make some really consistent hits. Oh, he didn't grab the armor. He didn't give away his position, so he's got at least the opportunity for some free rocket damage here. Oof, and such a good thing that he avoided that that totem by way of the Ghost Walk. Alright, so only 2 minutes left here, and Lavik needs to make something happen. Jeremy getting that first frag, incredibly fortuitous for him. He's still doing enough damage to keep Lavik off his back, but he's going to need to maintain that for quite some time to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I was about to say Lavik's he's in decent shape, even though he's down one right now. He's all right. I mean, he's got control of the map.
Yeah, this could be it. Yeah, the LG close range, and the rockets were just going way too wide. So that'll be BJ now, and so he's got to be really careful. There's the immediate LG.
Oh.
There's the totem, and that's a ton of damage with the follow-up on the rocket, and that Blazkowicz is no more.
Nice use of the totem there to slow down that rush and get that rocket in. So Lavik just really good, and Jeremy just kind of rushing there to finish.
There it is.
Good job by Lavik.
Yeah. So this will be match and round point for, or rather, set point for Lavik. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this from our chat last week when he was in King of the Hill, and tonight, of course, coming in from another another shooter community. Always a little bit of a he has something to prove for sure. But as you can see, he's doing a damn fine job proving it.
Oh, he's playing very well, very well. I'm curious, like I said, as these guys move up the brackets, I just like to see all these matches and how they adjust to everybody's different play styles.
Yeah.
It looks like Lavik's going to move on here based on how he's playing right now. It'd be a major turnaround.
Yeah, this could be a second frag here in the first minute, but he's... Yep, there we go. And he's still got over 100 health as that Scale Bear. Mega's going to be up. Armor's not going to be too far behind it. This should be a Mega going over to Ranger from Jeremy. But that Ranger is his last play. The LG is really great LG, but the stack that Scale Bear had is going to make fairly short work of Jeremy, and Lavik will indeed be moving forward into the top 8.
Nicely played. Good charge up there. Good rockets. Game. I mean, just put him in. Yeah, just overall, just well played. And good job to Jeremy too. It was a good attempt. But he just got outplayed. Outplayed a little bit there. And even there at the end, a poor choice. Lightning gun, Scale Bearer. That's a lot of stack to take down with the lightning gun in terms of a time to kill. So sticking with the rocket launcher would have probably been a lot more advisable than doing that in such close proximity to a Scale Bearer who's stacked and has a rocket launcher.
But I think what we did see there, especially
games.
with the Scale Bearer pick, is a move towards having that counter pick, which you have actually a fairly limited opportunity to do so. So, say your opponent picks something that that you need a counter to. You get the one chance to do that, and of course you can shoot something to counter your counter. But if you are matching up with neither of those champions up first, when you die, that's your one chance to have like a selection between who's going to be better. Other than that, you don't really have the choice. So you have those opportunities, but you have to make good use of them while they're there. Otherwise, you know, you get run over by a skill bear.
Yeah, I agree, because we were commenting earlier about during the picks about how, you know, both the Blazkowicz and, you know, all the characters he chose were at risk of, you know, being hurt by that scale bear charge more than maybe some other champions would, and you saw it pay dividends for him in the match where, you know, he got several kills and did damage to him in another fight, you know, before finishing him. It was a huge factor, and you could tell Jeremy had a problem dealing with it.
Yeah. And of course, we've had a lot of matches here today. For those of us who, or those of you who stuck out with us for the duration, really a huge amount of thanks. Thanks for the viewership. Thanks for enjoying the games with us. Of course, this is just starting to roll in. It's been a long weekend, but next weekend is going to be just as long with the second round of the qualifiers as well as regionals. Over on the EU side, we're going to be seeing all these guys here. Some notables, of course. We have Cooler, we've got Cypher, we've got Vu, Noctis. Nitrino actually really surprised me. His play against Strengths was really impressive. Agent has been carving out a name for himself as well, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. Xron. Zeron? Yeah, that guy. But over.
I'm looking forward to, you know, I haven't had a chance to have been sleeping, you know, during their matches, but I want to go back and look at some of these previous rounds. There were some really interesting games I wanted to see. Was Noctis versus Avik. I didn't get to see that one, and so many more of these matches. You know, Faz versus Vu, and a lot of great players over there across the pond, as some people say. You know, so
right.
I like watching what the European players have to offer. But we got some great matchups of our own over here too. Looking forward to the Necrophagus and
Absolutely.
Gelisak game. That's going to be really interesting to me. I thought Gelisak looked really sharp.
He was, yeah.
Carnage.
A lot of intelligent play there for sure. So,
going to be a tough out.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a huge battle that everybody's going to be involved in leading up to QuakeCon. Of course, if you were playing in this week's qualifier and didn't quite make it in, don't worry. You're more than welcome to sign up for the next one until you get in or until you don't. So you've got a free opportunity to get back into this and, you know, practice this week. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Oh, it's gone, isn't it? Yeah, it's completely gone. Well, get off work early. Go practice. Or if you don't have a job, even better. I mean, with $1 million at stake, who needs a job, right? Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. that's I don't know.
Granted, I'm not
yet.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but it's been a long, not only day, but a long series of days, and we're going to take a very short breather over the next couple before we roll right into the rest of it. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Machiavelli, thank you for holding it out both on Friday and today. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun watching these matches, especially, like I said, as the tournament progresses. High quality, great casting with you. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think the quality of the matches is only going to go up from here as, again, not only have we seen these players, but people who haven't quite signed up for the qualifiers yet have been doing their studying as well. And I think we're going to see a lot of responses to a lot of the plays that we've been seeing. So with that said, I think we'll say good night and enjoy the next couple days off, but get those practices in for sure. Feel free to, you know, hop on the ESL site and get a look at all the schedules, but in the meantime, yeah, get those games in. Have a good night, guys.